Clear to play.
Next up, we have probably the coolest looking of the infantry, and that is the Praetorians. That's how you say it, right? Praetorians and Lychguard. This can make 5 Praetorians or 5 Lychguard. I like how Games Workshop has been doing that, where you have a couple options in the box. I know this is not the first time they've done it. Like the Lose and Burn is a good example of one that's pretty old. But I do like how they give you more options, because it does a few things. One, you can buy it and then change your mind later. Second, some of them are close enough that you can magnetize the differences, so you can actually have both options. Or number 3 is if you only choose one option, then you have bits left over. And bits are so important if you want to create cool looking terrain or objective markers, or even custom models as well. So I really like having the extra bits left over. Now you do pay for those, because I'm sure if they actually only made what it is that you wanted, the cost would be lower, perhaps. But still, I think it's worth it. I really like the fact that these are customizable. So let's take a look at what's inside. We got more decals, exactly the same ones as for the Immortals. So that's kind of nice. Any leftover ones you can use on terrain and other things. Of course, we've got our instruction booklet. It's nice that they're actually providing these now with their miniatures, because before you had to figure it out yourself. So by the looks of it, these are two different Lychguards. There's the War Scythe assembly. I don't know, it's hard to tell if they can be magnetized until I actually try it, which I won't be for this army, but. So we've got 2 of the same sprue and then 1 different one. So there's 2 of these sprues. You should have the shields here and the bodies and all sorts of metallic bone parts. So those 2 are the same. And then of course we've got the other one, which has the 5th one. Because if you're going to do 5, obviously you can't have 3 sprues all the same, because that would be 6 that you would have, not 5. And this has some of the other odds and ends. Basically the same as what the other sprue has. Just this has, it's kind of like half of each sprue maybe, I don't know. Looks like there's a bunch of the Praetorian weapons, and either way, pretty cool. Lots of extra bits left over after I make these. I'll make a nice big Necron bits box that you'll be able to see once I'm done assembling my army. This is pretty straightforward. Just gotta remember how to open these. Apparently there's a little tab thingy to open them. I can never find it though. So instead, use a knife, draw it across. I did this in my review video of the new Finecast stuff too. Apparently there's an easier way to open them, but I can't tell what that would be. All right, screw it. What's in the blister? All right, so this is the Lord with Resurrection Orb. This is another area where I'll be replacing these with the blue ones. So these are the least interesting because they don't really have options. It's got this cool little crystal thing for his base. That's pretty neat. Let's look for miscasts. Actually, overall, it looks pretty good. A lot of people have been complaining about Finecast, but I think it's just a vocal minority. Because I have not been seeing the horrible casting rates that people claim that they're having. And we get a lot of Finecast coming through here as we sell it on our online store. So there's sometimes minor repairs to be made, but that's come to be expected in this hobby. Whether you agree with that or not, that is the case. So I'm not going to bother to open this other one. You can just take a nice close look. This one, I'm not sure if this is on purpose, but there are a bunch of little holes in the cloak. Now the reason I'm not sure if it's on purpose is because in the White Dwarf, those holes are actually shown, and they're even highlighted by the painters. And so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it on here. You look nice and close. You can see little holes in his cloak. I guess you can see those. But I'm really not sure if they're supposed to be there or not, because like I said, in the White Dwarf, I saw them painted, and they were actually highlighted. So pretty straightforward. It looks like he has two options. He has a resurrection orb hand and a non-resurrection orb hand. That would be easily magnetized, but I'm sure you could just stick the one with the resurrection orb and then just tell your opponent whether you have it or not. So that's a pretty small proxy. All right, if you're on YouTube, click to play. Annotation, part 3, Necron vehicles. Vehicles are pretty cool. If you're not on YouTube, there's a link below. Click on that instead. Go ahead, click. Still wait for you to click.